Guys, check this thing out.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing the framework on our 2019 GMC Duramax, and right now what we're going to do is actually load up all the parts in the bed, in the truck right there, and then we're going to load it up on the trailer, and then we're going to head straight to V-Tunes to do some framework. Alright, so we finally got the truck loaded up. We got some tools with us as well, and all the parts with us, so we are good to go. We'll catch you guys at the frame machine. Alright guys, so we are here at the V-Tune shop. We're gonna go ahead and unload this thing and then get it up on the frame machine. Alright, so the truck is finally on the frame machine. Now what are we doing?
Now we're gonna go ahead and get some blocks, put it under the truck and then strap it down. Maybe even take off both front wheels just so we can get more area to work back here.
Yeah, because it's kind of weird with this little device right here. That's the, what is that?
I think that's a DEF tank.
DEF tank. Man, it's so low, it sucks,
Yeah, it's
but
so weird.
we'll figure it out here.
Let's go ahead and get the blocks.
Looks like somebody chained it already. Right
Yeah,
there.
that's when they were towing it. They stuck a special tool in there.
And I wonder what this is all from. A lot of people are thinking that this right here is crumpled, but this in fact is not damaged at all. It just got scraped up, really.
It's from the wheel when it turned.
But we are about to show you guys the serious damage. It's a little bit more damage than we thought. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
When V-Tune seen it, he freaked out. He doesn't usually freak out that often. Just had to chop a chain in half right there because, you know, this truck is just taking them all up. We're trying to make sure it's 100% secured. That way it doesn't bend or flex or anything when we're going to be pulling, because there's a big old damage up front that's going to require a lot of heat and a lot of, what do you call it, force?
A lot of pull.
A lot of pulling power, really.
A lot of PSI.
A lot of PSIs, that's right. But a few more hundred chains, right? And we're going to be good to go.
It's like five more.
About 5 more, yeah. And we should be almost ready to pull. Alright, so we got a bunch of chains, and now we're moving from chains to straps because, as V-Tune just said, you can never go wrong with more straps because...
And we kind of ran out of chains.
We ran out of chains. But this stuff is pretty strong too. You'll be surprised how strong these straps are.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got most of the I guess the pressure would be on the chains.
Yeah, exactly.
This is just going to be extra.
Extra reinforcement. So
you want this frame rail to be as stiff as possible when you're pulling, right? Because the slightest bit of flex is just going to prevent from pulling out that frame rail straight. So the sturdier it is, the easier it is to pull, basically.
All right, so finally this thing is 100% strapped. I think we used all the straps and the chains in the shop. Now what is the next step here?
Next step, we gotta go ahead and get all this stuff off. We need to get the intercooler off, probably the condenser, because this piece right here gotta come out.
Yeah, so
come off because it's broken.
So we're probably gonna go ahead and remove the hood, right?
Yeah, the hood would probably be the first bet.
Hood, fender, and then this stuff can come off.
and the hood is actually connected to the fender, I believe, so that's why we're removing the hood.
I don't know why they made it like that, but I guess it's...
But you know what, it's more convenient for us because we don't have to replace aprons and stuff like
yeah,
that.
like on the Dodge Ram, if you look on that, the whole apron is just welded to the frame.
Sucks.
All right.
Let's go ahead and remove this hood.
Let's do it. Popped off the fender, and what did you say? That's rust on aluminum?
I don't know if that's good.
That's steel.
Yeah, there's actually a good bit of rust on a few areas, not on the frame, like not crazy. Right?
I mean, surface rust will happen, but
yeah, surface rust is bound to happen. I think this truck is from Pennsylvania. Somebody had a little Carfax on it, so no big deal though.
it don't look bad compared to that Ram.
Oh man, that Ram over there is.
A little rusty. But...
Is it from way up north?
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, how many miles on the truck?
50K?
That's like what?
70.
70K?
That's kind of high now.
Yeah, it's kind of high, but you know, it's a 19.
But it's all highway miles.
Yeah. Is it a rental truck?
No, it
It was a builder.
Oh.
Yeah, you know how the builders are. They drive everywhere.
But it's all highway. It ain't like country roads.
That first word I just said.
But look at this. That's something weird.
What the heck?
What is this?
Don't open it now.
No, I don't think there's nothing in there.
Yeah,
Because look,
right.
it's empty right
it is
there.
empty. It's like a...
It's like a purge valve or something.
that's the
maybe.
same thing like on that...
Oh, I'm scared to open it.
Oh, it's like a bleeder or something.
Oh yeah, there is stuff coming out.
Yeah, that's weird.
But
But
it's like empty in the bottom.
That's like that messed up or something.
or you could use it either way. You could turn it sideways that way. That would probably works.
Flips up on the side.
Yeah.
Probably works for different vehicles. You know.
Or see how it's got a hole right here?
Oh, it's probably for
It's probably only like dealer maintenance. They shove a tube in there.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. But let's keep on moving, boys. We got a lot of teardown to do here. Alrighty guys, so a bunch of stuff has been taken apart. Now something is holding us back. What's that?
We gotta pull this bumper bracket right here because all these lines are pinched right here and we can't get the radiator and the intercooler out.
Ooh,
Yeah.
What about that intercooler? What did we
Yeah,
find?
we did find that it may have a crack. I think that looks like a crack in there. So if we can, we'll fix it. If not, we're probably gonna have to go aftermarket. But we are getting this thing ready here real soon. So I don't know how long it'll take to get an aftermarket in. But we're gonna try our good old friends over there at the radiator shop, and hopefully they can fix that up for us.
All right, so the cooling system is finally out. We got the intercooler, the radiator cooler, or is that the power steering cooler?
That's a transmission cooler.
Or transmission cooler there. We got the radiator, condenser, and now we're actually gonna unhook the battery because we need to unplug the
Airbag sensors right there.
these little sensors, and we don't want no lights, no extra lights. We got plenty of them already, so let's do that, and then we'll keep on moving here. Pretty cool. That was weird how that
Yeah, it just twists and then it just popped off. That's
Twist and pop method.
unique.
But everything up front is already taken apart. We can get to this frame rail. Now let's look at it for the very first time. See how bad this sucker is. What do you think?
Oh, it's bad. Probably just replace the whole frame all the way back.
What?
It looks pretty bad right now, but we won't really know how bad it is once we start pulling it out, just seeing how it comes out.
Yeah, let me show you guys this side right here.
It's supposed to have a slight bend like that. See, this one even looks kind of kinked, but this one's kind of pushed over that way. But I think it'll come out once we start pulling on it.
A little bit of heat and a little bit of
we'll apply
pressure.
just a little bit of heat. Won't get it red hot, but we'll...
Because we did do a little pull on this already earlier.
Yeah, this bracket I barely even pulled and it came out so easy.
Sweet. So this metal here that we're working with is not too tough, which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. But no big deal. It's a good thing in our situation right now. So let's keep on moving. What do we got to do right now? Take apart some more
I want
things.
to get all these wires off of here because we're going to be heating it in a little bit, so we don't really burn anything, you know.
Right.
We don't want to be rebuilding a burnt truck.
No, sir.
So we went ahead and cut off this bracket right here so we can actually have access to this part of the frame rail right here. If you look, this frame rail is kind of kinked up and there was no way else to get it clamped on with this bracket on. So we cut it off. Now we're gonna clamp this up and try to get this rail pushed out as much as we can. I think it should go easy.
Yeah, so far it's been pulling pretty well. It's
Yeah,
just
pretty
you
well
gotta,
this way. This bracket right here came out pretty good. But you can see it's kind of still pushed up and that's because that frame rail is all like crudged. But we're about to pull it out.
Alright, so after hours of pulling, we pretty much discovered that this frame is not weak. It's actually very tough. We got it pulled out though pretty good. It's pretty straight right now, the frame rail itself, but there is like a kink that we couldn't get out because we actually ran out of settling, right?
Acetylene, yeah.
Settling, I don't know how to pronounce it. Whatever that stuff is.
Acetylene.
We're gonna pick some more of it up. Actually, tomorrow in the morning, we're gonna heat up this kink right here and probably just pry it up and straighten that bracket out a little bit more.
We almost got it. We almost got it. We thought we were gonna do it all night or get this thing done, but we ran out of some very, very important tools for this job. So we're just gonna have to catch you guys tomorrow. Alrighty guys, so it is the next day. V-Tune's over there still straightening up the frame rail just a little bit. We'll update you guys on that shortly, but right now we're actually gonna pull the fender out of the box, set it up on the stand, actually go ahead and prep it for some paint because we need to trim out the fender before we throw it on the truck because this fender is not coming off again. So let's go ahead, take it out of the box, start sanding it, and then hopefully throw some paint on it. We are in the paint booth. The fender is sanded. Our base coat is already mixed up, ready to go. And after we base coat this whole fender, we're actually gonna throw some clear coat right along the edges just to give it that OEM finish. And then after that, this thing should dry in a few hours and it'll be ready to go on the truck. But first, let's go ahead and tack it and spray our base coat.
guys, so the fender is drying right now, so now let's go check up on the framework.
Alright, so finally the framework is probably 100% complete, or 95% complete. You're still gonna make it even look better, right?
Yeah, well, we still have to weld on that bracket right now.
Oh yeah, totally
Well,
forgot
we
about
got
that.
everything lined up, straightened out. Everything is looking amazing. It's a pretty tough frame to work on, actually.
Yeah, so what did we do? We pulled it
Well,
out and down as well,
Yeah,
right?
we pulled this bracket right here out, and then we have to actually pull this piece right here. It was kind of crunched in, so we pulled that back, and then we also had to pull the rail down. So there's a lot of pulling that went on. And it was kind of an awkward hit right here. When it hit this, it kind of crunched the rail in, so it was really difficult, but we got it.
We got it. Now we're just gonna weld that on, undercoat it, and I mean, everything else is pretty much
go
throw it
ahead
back
and
together.
Put the fender on, and then put the radiator support on, and line everything up, make all the gaps perfect.
Alright, so that frame rail is finally undercoated. It looks absolutely amazing all the way around. The only thing we need is a little bit of dirt to make it match. But what's next here?
We're gonna go ahead and put the radiator support on and just start lining up the fender, and then probably put the hood on and line that up.
Let's do it, man. It's getting so close. We just got a few, this is like the final steps here, so hopefully we can get it all together and we can get it off this frame machine here soon.
Alright, so check that out, guys. The truck looks absolutely amazing. I believe the framework is 100% complete. We got all the body panels on, other than a few little miscellaneous pieces, but we still got a lot of adjusting to do, so be sure to stay tuned for the next video for that. Hopefully we can get this thing off the frame machine and start working on putting it completely together, lining it completely up. A huge shout out to V-Tune. Be sure to follow him on Instagram as well as YouTube. I'm gonna leave that down in the description down below. But that is gonna be it, guys. Be sure to follow us on Instagram as well. And if you haven't, be sure to subscribe. Also, guys, if you want to support your boys, be sure to visit goonzquad.com. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments down below, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.